Hello my friends and welcome back to Wicked-Whiskers. Since this Friday I'll be having a 20 years of high school reunion, I thought that maybe I should shave with something very comfortable, something which will leave no irritation, no shaving marks on my skin, so I reached for Merkur Progress, and while we're at the Merkur, I thought why not making some let's say almost a year after shave review of this, I would say, best beautiful modern razors. It will be probably too much, but this one is very okay. Starting from the not starting from the finish, but let's get all things correct. First things first, this is casted alloy, but as you can see it is very nice, very gleaming, very sturdy. Even after 10 months of effective usage, it's still nice, firm. There is no wiggling on the sides, as some of the YouTubers have seen on Yaki adjustable razors. From the build perspective, although it is casted alloy head and the brass handle, the only thing which I might disapprove is this plastic knob, which is attached to metal ring. So after a while, if you're over tightening the razor, the only thing which might happen is that this plastic will create a little bit of looseness, and quite to be honest, I put a few drops of Loctite inside just to avoid this thing, so not a big deal design feature, but something to keep in mind. Besides that, after 10 months I reached for this razor, although it wasn't my first pick. Very easy to disassemble, everything works as well, so no signs of any damage. Maybe it's not that clean right now, but for a casted alloy it seems to be just nice and reliable. Same goes with this tiny thread. I guess it is a little bit thinner compared with any other 3-piece razors, but so far I didn't have any issues with it. I don't have any signs of wear and tear on the thread itself, so not a bad one. I'll be loading PermaSharp blade just to figure out that notch and the triangle in here. Assemble everything. So it's going pretty nice, pretty even. Never had misalignment with it. Also no free space for wiggling whatsoever. And as usual, I'll be cranking it to maybe 4.5. Let me just rotate it correctly, so hopefully you can see. And since this is a sort of a razor recap video, I prepared a little bit of Arco shaving cream in a bowl, just so I can continue discussion regarding the razor itself. So this will be very fast and very minimal lathering, so please bear with me. So regarding the fit and finish, like I said, 10 months since purchasing, everything is working nice and well, and I'm not very, pay attention kind of guy when it comes to scrubbing. Sometimes I would use an old toothbrush just to rub all the soaps, but give me a second. Sometimes I would even use this bathroom brush to clean the razor, and as you can see there is no markings, no scratchings, so although a casted alloy, but still very nice and very thick chroming, so I think in my book this is standing test of time quite well. When it comes to shaving, I don't know what to say. Let's go with the drawbacks. First of all, this is adjustable razor, which I almost never adjust. In my Wicked Week videos with Merkur Progress, I've used all settings from 1 to 5 and soon figured out that everything below 3 is practically useless for my beard and skin type, so number 5 is, I would say, a local level of efficiency. But the blade gap is way too much, so I easily end up cutting myself. And numbers 4 and, let me just make this even. Okay, that's it. But 4, 4.5 are just making wonders for me. And that is the reason why I don't adjust anything anymore. So for adjustable razor, I could say that I basically got myself a little bit more efficient fixed head Merkur, so, and not adjustable in that correct terms. But for everything else, and especially for these sort of shaves, for special occasions, for going to work or whatever, it is surprisingly smooth. And the head might be a little bit bulky, but after months and months of usage, I like it somehow. You know, like that 80s grandpa's Mercedes who were like, you're driving yourself around in a living room. Big, bulky, slow, boring. But once you get into that Mercedes, it's like pure comfort. So I would rate Merkur in the same bracket. It's definitely not exciting razor. There is no need to worry about or to train yourself not to cut with the progress. I'm squeezing my throat. But when it comes to shaving, even this plastic knob is very comfortable and I would dare myself to say quite ergonomic. So shaving with Merkur is probably better experience for yourself and better experience for your skin, beard, everything, rather than just some experience in purchasing, filming it, because it's not that gleaming, not so flashy. It's now 70 years old design. It's very vocal as well. So at every point of shave you just know when it's doing its work. No doubt in that. I wouldn't say it is on top notch of efficiency, because there is a little bit of stubble left on cheeks. Generally, I would say efficient as any other razor. but due to tall head, I will rinse it so you can see better. It is quite tall, so the angle of the blade is a little bit more skewed, so it's not attacking the beard quite efficiently. But on the other hand, it's also not digging into your skin. So even without that excitement level of some great purchase or buying some exotic razor, I found myself reaching for Progress probably more often than I was happy and content with my purchasing. So I hope you understand the feeling, but it's somehow that a reasonable purchase which keeps on bringing back during the years. So with this style of shaving, and of course when I complete my blade, let's say it's once per week, I will clean everything on the inside, disassemble the handle so there is no water residues inside. I would be quite comfortable if this lasts for like a decade, so pretty nice, pretty good razor. I will just repeat a little bit my neck, although at this point Merkur on 4.5 was a little bit more efficient and definitely left me with less stubble compared to my last video with R89. Okay, mustaches are also covered, so we will just get the corners. Now, in that video I paired R89 with a very mild treat blade, so they would probably be much closer when it comes to perma-sharp. But still, even for the second pass, as you can see, it's just grabbing these little whiskers which are going into my skin dents. So very efficient, very mild, super comfortable if you like going against the grain. Of course that doesn't work for me very well, so I personally avoid it. But just in case that this is your thing, no worries with Merkur Progress. And for sort of a long-term review, there is no learning curve with Progress. So basically you just grab it and wield it and it's working like magic. I'm not sure, is this sort of a lack of marketing? Maybe it's not that seductive as R41 or some other razors. Maybe this could be considered as a boring one. But I personally find much more value in it the more and more I use it. Then I was hyped when I bought it in the first place. So if I could make one conclusion after all these months with Progress, that would be it. It's not a love at first sight, but definitely a relationship which is turning out to be very, very nice. Now, as you can see, a couple of pimples still there, just a little bit irritated. But nothing to be addressed to Progress. I had those since my vacation, and actually I think I had like 9 pimples altogether, so I will just rinse a little bit. Just to feel everything with slicky fingers, but no, absolutely no leftovers. Just a small tap, so I don't water down my bouillon. And let's see the damage. No, on entire face, besides this portion of pimples, there is absolutely zero feedback. And with Merkur, I think I had the least possible feedback of all razors. If that means something to you, if you have sensitive skin, I think you won't mistake with this razor. Didn't wash it. As you can see, nice, very compact, maybe 80-85 millimeters long, so easy to be placed on the pinky. Nice shaver, very safe, very smooth, very efficient. If you need to dial it up or down, it's okay. So for the long-term review, do I regret my purchase? Absolutely not. Would I buy it again on the first sight? It's not the best and the prettiest one. I was pretty tempted for the Parker variant instead, even Pearl Flexi. But somehow I liked this 1950s charm, like you're buying a new vintage razor which is built maybe a couple of months ago, so it's not that scratchy, denty, you know, like something which is 50 years old. So for that vintage vibe, thumbs up. For everything else, I would say it's a solid purchase. I see that prices are going a little bit too high for this razor, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Hoped you liked the video. I hoped you liked this long-term feedback. Like I said, maybe it's not the first razor which I would buy, but definitely it is one of the razors which I reach out for the most. So, thanks for watching and see you some other time. Bye.